didn't have tried. So I would have had to have called him Coach Allen. Now, do I like Hunter Yurachek? No. He needs to be out the door yesterday. But anyway, I'm on board with Silverfield until he gives me a reason not to be. And people, my beef is to quit bitching. Lord, help us.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
Lord, help us.
It's never a good idea to complain, but especially around the holidays. Come on. But we will take it today, on this day only. On every Wednesday, we field your complaints like we fielded Lisa's. I don't think that was actually Wednesday of last week, Tommy, but she definitely went in on just...
It was Wednesday.
It was Wednesday?
That was her beef.
I was thinking it was a day before or a day after.
She talked to Richard, and she mentioned Richard, and then we had Richard on literally 5 minutes afterwards.
Well, she had some fun. What's Your Beef Wednesday brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market. Next 2 hours, get him in here. Colton mentioned Richard Davenport's going to be on with us at 10 o'clock as well. You got recruiting coming up here in the portal in a few weeks, Tommy, for the January 6th through January 16th, and we're going to see if this portal class at least gives us a better oomph than this coaching cycle has done.
It right now might be our only lifeline, our only salvation is what we get in the portal. What's Your Beef Wednesday? Always brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market, bacon wrap fillets, gourmet burgers, fresh kebabs, house-made sausages, brats, and a lot more. Their Italian sausage is really good. Hey, the holidays are here. You're having gatherings, Christmas parties, get-togethers. Why not put on something that's really going to impress those that come over to your house from Richard's Country Meat Market, or take something from Richard's. That I'm going to tell you, even something as simple as their potato salad can wow the masses. So 479-443-0000. Even if you just need ideas, hey, we got 15 people, and here's what I want to do. They can walk you through that as well. 479-443-0000. Place your order. They'll even bring it out curbside or stop in at 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville. Our favorite spot is Richard's Country Meat Market, bringing flavor to your holiday grill.
So mine is a two-part beef to start, and it's with Notre Dame. Like I've heard their AD grovel for a little bit.
We had one of the most dominant 10 games runs in the history of college football.
Yeah, those 10-game wins included Purdue, who's 2-10, Arkansas, who's 2-10, Boston College, who's 2-10, Syracuse, who's 3-9, and Stanford, who is 4-8, which I think any SEC or Big Ten institution would trade schedules for based on who Notre Dame plays. The two best teams they played all season, they lost to. Yes, it was close against Miami. Yes, it was close against Texas A&M, but they still lost. Now, that you may say, well, that's a pretty decent beef to start with. The second part of this is even better. I did not know this until I heard their AD, whose last name is tough to pronounce, so I'm even going to try, Pete Bakeva or whatever. He talked about this with Dan Patrick earlier this week. Did you know, Tommy, starting in 2026, Notre Dame, if they have a 12 seed or better, automatically gets into the playoff? Did you know that?
They've always gotten protection from rules.
No, but it's part of the quote-unquote memorandum.
Yeah.
It's part of it.
Yeah.
Did you?
I didn't know it. I mean, I knew it today because it has been discussed. I heard Phil talking about it yesterday, and I've heard it be discussed in the aftermath of them not making the playoffs. One of several schools that have opted out of bowl games, and I've got some thoughts on that. Yeah, I knew it, but it wasn't like something I knew 2 or 3 weeks ago. I just heard it in the last few days.
Well, I didn't know it until, honestly, yesterday.
Next year, if you're ranked in the top 12, you're automatically in the playoffs.
Correct.
Okay. And everybody agreed that, like, this was drawn up by Notre Dame, and then the College Football Playoff Committee said, we'll sign off on that?
Well, it was part of the negotiations as we were contemplating the various changes that go into the committee and in preparation for the extension of the ESPN deal.
Why are we kowtowing to a program that hasn't won a national championship in nearly 50 years? I don't understand it. And I know that they've got a really high, really good college football brand. NBC is paying that money for a reason. But this is a program that has not won a national championship in nearly half a century. I went over their schedule, some of the pieces this year. Let me list off who they're playing this next season. Wisconsin, Rice, Michigan State, Purdue, North Carolina, Navy, Miami, Boston College, SMU, Syracuse, Stanford, and USC. Once again, like this year, not exactly murderer's row. So I know there's speculation that maybe Marcus Freeman could wind up with the New York Giants or another NFL team, but I don't understand. I don't know why the college football playoff and the Big Ten, the SEC, are allowing this to happen. Like, I will at least give Texas and Oklahoma credit for deciding, hey, we've got to get ahead of the conference realignment. Let's join a conference. I know it didn't benefit Texas this year, but it helped Oklahoma this year because a 10-2 Big 12 Oklahoma team might not make it. But it amazes me that this continues to go on with a program that, once again, has not won a national championship in nearly 50 years.
Well, and it's not going to change because why do you bend the rules for them? Why would ESPN and the College Football Playoff Committee and really, quite frankly, the other schools involved, the other conferences involved, why do they want to bend the rules, Ty? Why do they want to kowtow, bend a knee?
Money. Where are you going?
Expand on that.
You're the money guy. You're gonna have to help me on this.
Well, it's ratings. It's ratings that equal money. It's because they have the largest worldwide fan base in college football. They have more fans coast to coast. They have the biggest following, and they're particularly when they're good, they're a huge ratings draw. Any town they show up in, people want to buy tickets, want to be at that game. They got fans in every corner. You may not like them. I don't really care for them, but it's undeniable that what they bring to the table. They bring more to the table than most schools. And I don't like admitting it, but it is just true when it comes to the business side of it. So that's one of the reasons why a playoff committee. Now, I think there's a difference in rules and them having their own TV deal and things of that nature versus should we just get shouldn't the rules for the College Football Playoff Committee be really simple? Like all I need is the back of a business card, put the 12 best teams, or scratch it, put the 16 best teams on the bracket. I don't know why we overcomplicate this thing.
Well, I think
just put the 12 or 16 best teams on a bracket and let's go.
It's subjective in a lot of people's mind, Tommy.
Well,
because
then figure out how you want to determine that. All this BS we go through, well, we got to make sure conference champions get it, and then last year we're going to give them a bye, which was ignorant. So we're going to change that and not do the conference. Now we're going to make sure the group of 6 gets their love and their pat on the head. And then, oh, by the way, if Notre Dame doesn't get what they want, they're just going to take their ball and go home. And now 6 or 7 or 8 other schools have followed suit and opted out of bowl games. So, I mean, it's just I do think it's a bit ridiculous when they were going to have their pick of bowl games for the way they have behaved. All right, that's where we begin a Watch Your Beef Wednesday here on the Morning Rush, brought to you by LureNet.com. LureNet also has great holiday deals right now that you can cash in on. We were talking with Bruce yesterday on the show. They've got a lot of their most of their packaging is less than 2 inches wide and perfectly fits in a stocking stuffer, or you can hang it on the tree. And right now there's special deals that you can find at LureNet.com on Arkansas-made brands, Rebel, Yum, Booyah, Bobby Garland's, Smithwick, and more. So find it all at LureNet.com or Dick's, Academy, Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, and your favorite local tackle stores everywhere, or go to LureNet.com.
By the way, I wrote down 77-88. Last time they won a national championship was in 88, so an extra quick retraction on that. What is your beef this morning?
I got more on Notre Dame and sports, but how about people that lack total self-awareness here at the holidays? I was in a store yesterday, lines about 8 deep. It's a really simple deal. It's actually a little concession snack bar type deal inside. Unless it's Sam's, I'll just tell you where is it. Sam? Don't go up to the front and be the one that wants to ask a million questions about what's in the hot dog. Hey, is the bun gluten free? Or there, the person behind the counter has no idea, and you're carrying on unnecessary conversation about things that don't matter. All right, so order your hot dog combo and get the hell out of the way. All right? And don't go to the stores, I don't care what store you're going to, and ask a ton of unnecessary questions. All right? So self-awareness. No one has extra. You got extra time right now, Ty?
No.
I don't have an extra minute in my day. And I don't care what day of the week that is. It's holidays. We got to-do lists. My wife's got things for me to do. You got things for me to do. I got things for me to do. I don't need someone holding up the line because they want to tell you about their grandkids. All right? So self-awareness. Get out of the way if you're at the front of the line.
Costco or Sam's hot dog? I know.
Never had a Costco. For $1.50, you can't beat Sam's hot dog combo.
Costco is now in Little Rock. I don't know if there's one in Conway.
No.
I know Kroger hasn't made his. Has Walmart just basically put a fence around Northwest Arkansas where Costco and
Costco they were gonna build one in Lowell, and then they backed out of that. They bought land or was going to buy land, but I've never stepped foot in a Costco, so I don't have any opinion on that.
I've been in both. I personally can't tell the difference. I think they both have great quote unquote concession stands. You can both buy a ton of stuff in bulk. You know, sometimes you have your opinion of a certain store or restaurant. I think they're very similar. I like both of those places, but people are very opinionated when it comes to the Sam's hot dog versus Costco hot dog. And really, I think in some cases it depends on where you're born or where you're from.
For $1.50, you can't beat it at Sam's, though.
I think Costco's cheaper, Tommy.
It might be. I mean, what is it, $1.38?
Their CEO or something, I've heard him on record about this. He's like, yeah, as long as I'm alive and in charge, the price is not going to change, despite food costs and drinks and everything else rising.
Hey, speaking of getting something good to eat, tomorrow morning we're on the road, going to be live at Daylight Donuts in Harrison. We'll be talking about the Hogs, and we'll be talking about the basketball game coming up on Saturday. It's all brought to you by Daylight Donuts and Explore Harrison. Now, they claim, and I've had it, and they're really good. Ty, they claim they got the best biscuits and gravy in Boone County. So you can come by tomorrow, 9 to 11, say hello, have a late breakfast with us. The Morning Rush at Daylight Donuts tomorrow in Harrison. Don't want to miss this tomorrow from 9 to 11. We can have some biscuits and gravy for your birthday tomorrow. You'll be the big 31 tomorrow.
I didn't get an invite, so I guess you're going to have to bring some back.
Nah, I'll bring some. Probably won't make it that far.
Wow, that's tough. All right, so I want to set up our opening drive here. You're a parent. I was actually, this kind of brought up some bad memories. I love both my parents. They're both awesome. There's one thing they did in ninth grade that really pissed me off. We had to go on a family trip, and I lost my starting spot on the basketball team. Well, this coach up in Michigan, he took it a step further, and I want to tell you about it, and I want your opinion as a parent. Colton, I want your opinion as a father coming up here in our opening drive.
There's no way you're shooting up tomorrow night.
He said I can't play tomorrow.
Is that what you're thinking, Coach Jones?
That's what I'm saying.
Seeing that Coach Jones is the athletic director, I say you are not playing.
Time for the opening drive.
Let me tell you about the story of Gavin Stone, who's a Michigan high school basketball player that was kicked off his team for skipping practice to go hunting with his family. Now, you may immediately just jump on the side of the young man and his family for the decision for a family trip. This was prior to Thanksgiving. He told his coach that and said, son, you've got all weekend, all Thanksgiving to go hunt, but I expect you at practice on Monday and Tuesday. The kid didn't show up, and he has now been kicked off and removed from the team. Now, keep in mind, this is a very small high school, 450 kids, 12 of them tried out for the team, all of them made it. 2 are injured and out for the season, so they only had 10. They have a scrimmage that was coming up, and the expectation, we need a full roster on Monday and Tuesday to practice for this upcoming scrimmage. You remember Cal had to deal with like pull GAs and other guys off the bench? Well, you need 5-on-5 to scrimmage and practice for an upcoming game. Should this kid, who the AD agreed with the coach, by the way, which I feel like ADs just kind of fall into whatever the parents say nowadays. He stuck with this coach here. Should this coach have removed this kid after telling him very clearly, I expect you on practice Monday and Tuesday, kid went hunting with his family instead, should he stay kicked off the team? Your thoughts, parent 1. Colton, you can be parent 2, and then I'll give my take.
1,000%. He told him up front, 1,000% off the team. You just laid it out. I think you just made all the points that need to be made. Team can't practice because you didn't show up. Team needs you. You've made a commitment to your teammates to be on this team. You said there were 12 kids and a couple are injured. You can't even have a practice. So, I mean, you knew the consequences. You knew your team needed you. And knowing all that, you still did what either your parents wanted you to do or what you wanted to do. The bottom line is someone didn't get the message, either the parents or the kid, that, hey, you've made a commitment here and this team needs you. I can't trust you. As your coach, I can't trust you anymore that when I do need you, whether it's a shot with 30 seconds to go in the game or the next practice, I can't trust you. I can't depend on you. You got to go. So have no problem with it.
All right, that's parent one. Newly parent two. What do you think?
Yeah, imagine me disagreeing with Tommy. Yeah, that's what's happening here. You can dock his minutes. You can take some time off. You can really hit the lesson home towards the young man, so hopefully later on in life he doesn't do something similar to his job or it'll actually mean something. Ty, there's 12 people on the team. There's 450 people in the high school. No one deserves to get cut from a public high school team unless you actually can't physically perform. I understand there are expectations, and the team couldn't practice. You can't cut the kid. It's November. It's not even like these games they matter right now anyway. They're probably playing non-conference games. Just my take. I understand I'm young, don't have a lot of experience, don't have a lot of wisdom, don't know a whole lot about anything at all. But I think it's probably a little harsh to kick the kid off the team when your team is limited to begin with.
I'm going to
I get the message being sent. I understand there's an expectation.
What it tells me is the kid couldn't average 12 and 10.
That's true. Yeah, he had no skill.
If he averaged 12 and 10, he's not getting kicked off.
Let me split the difference. I side with Gavin and Fayetteville suspension. Colton's kind of on the lesser degree. You're on the heavy degree.
Oh yeah.
As a
Throw
kid,
him out of school.
As a kid that's been in this situation before, where I tried desperately not to go on my family trip, but my parents made me go and lost my starting position. Like, who knows where I'd be? I probably would be in the NBA right now if I'd lost my starting spot.
That's right.
Ninth grade at Little Rock Christian
Thanks,
Academy. He took me out. I went to Chicago, had the worst experience of that stupid aquarium in my life, and now I'm sitting here having to do radio with you guys instead of playing professional basketball. So, that being said, as a kid that's been in a situation like that before, with no authority whatsoever over.
Hang on. How old was this kid that we're discussing here, though?
He's a high school kid, isn't he?
High school.
Yeah, high school. And I was in ninth grade.
And the other piece of the puzzle, we don't have it, where the parents told what the situation was. You're in ninth grade. You don't have any control. It's just like I hate it when my kids, or I saw kids when my kids were in junior high that, they got detention for being late for class on first period. That it ain't always their fault. Their parents got to get them to school. Kids can't drive to school. Ninth grade, I got a little more empathy and understanding about your situation. But, man, when you're in high school, you got your own car. You got your own way to be. You're more responsible for your own situation.
So what I'm hearing is that he should have disobeyed his parents and not gone hunting. And
the parents,
the
parents are the
parents
problem.
are at fault.
The parents are the problem here. The parents are the problem. They knew the commitment their kid needed to make, and they needed to empower their kid to follow through with this commitment. I mean, there's a lot of things, and Colton, you'll learn this. I learn it every day. There's a lot of things I want to go do. There's a lot of places I'd like to visit. There's a lot of spots I'd like to take my kids on vacation or different trips or experiences. But cheer practice gets in the way. Football practice gets in the way. Choir practice gets in the way. Choir concerts get in the way. Cheer competitions get in the way. And guess what? All those things always come ahead of what I want to do because I've got the rest of my life to do that or hunt or go golfing, fish, whatever it is I want to do. Or guess what? There's been times I went and did what I wanted to do, but my kids had to stay and go to practice or go to their competition. So,
tough tiddlywinks, kids.
But you got to learn when you give a commitment to a group of people, you got to honor it.
Mm-hmm. And the parents are at fault because you're also not only putting the Nagani Miners basketball season in jeopardy.
Nice,
thank you. You're not only putting that season in jeopardy. You're withholding this kid from getting the proper curriculum and a good education.
Yeah,
and I understand that the forest and the wilderness is a different type of education, but no. This kid needs to be in the classroom as well, and you're holding him out so he can go out there and get whiff of a dough. No. Get in the classroom, be a part of your basketball program. If you're a parent and you're holding your kid out of school for that, reevaluate.
Real school districts closed down for hunting season, so, or at least opening weekend.
Speaking of closing down, I saw Oklahoma's closing down classes next Friday for their home playoff game against the Alabama Crimson Tide. I would guess that Chancellor Robinson and Hunter Yurchek would do something similar, but not like we're ever going to get
the
that
whole week.
Yeah, not like we're going to get that chance anytime soon.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, that is the opening drive. It's brought to you by our friends at Oakline. We're going racing this Friday, and we'll have our first day of racing. Are we going to have time to squeeze Lang in tomorrow? I know we've got our Christmas party Friday. We're not going to be here Friday, but we're going to have Lang Whitman with us to give us some updates on racing and get you ready for the season. First weekend of racing is at Oakline. They'll race through mid-January, early January, I should say, with a holiday meet through January 4th, and then their classic racing season January 30th through May the 2nd. This Friday, the $150,000 Advent Stakes, and Saturday, the $150,000 Ringing the Bell Stakes, and then Sunday, another stakes race with the Astral Spa Overnight Stakes Race. So full weekend of racing. If you haven't downloaded the Oakline Anywhere app, do that now. Use the promo code RUSH26, and do that when you sign up and get a $200 sign-up bonus. Use it from your iPad or your iPhone or any device and download it in the Apple App Store. Also, Saturday's Corned Beef Day. 2 sandwiches and a soda for $1. And that's on Saturday, December the 13th. It's all with Oakline. Do it this weekend. Get the Oakline Anywhere app. Use the promo code RUSH26.
Hog Update and get to some calls when we come back.
Everybody's talking about Richard's Meat Market because that's my spot. And, of course, Richard and Chris have been around forever.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
I'll be with you guys.
The Powerball jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
I would buy a mansion, buy my dream car.
I've always wanted to go to Dublin, sit in a pub, and just kind of see what life's like.
I'm probably going to pass out.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanar.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Whether you're fishing for coldwater bass on Beaver Lake or Table Rock, or fishing for a trophy brown trout on the mighty White River, the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue will catch them. It has that famous rolling action whether it's fished extremely slow or worked fast in heavy current. This rogue suspends, so it will stay in the strike zone longer, allowing you to catch more fish. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue.
Lord, help us. I hope y'all are taping this and play it back.
This is the Morning Rush.
We're having a good old-fashioned family Christmas at Rath Auto Resources. Now through the end of the year, get up to $6,400 off retail value on your next road-ready certified pre-owned sleigh. Inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. Really nice. Save up to $6,400 off your next family truckster, and we'll all have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny Kaye. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. Hallelujah. Where's the Tylenol?
Right now, someone in a Hardee's kitchen is about to warm up your holiday with the new grilled cheese bacon burger. Charbroiled 100% Angus beef, bacon, and Swiss and American cheese melting on our soft, buttery sourdough. And our new grilled cheese breakfast sandwich with sausage or bacon and a fried egg. For your inner child and your grown-up cravings, the new grilled cheese bacon burger and breakfast sandwich. For a limited time, only at Hardee's. Cinnamon Raisin Biscuits are back. Unwrap them while you can. Only for a limited time at participating restaurants.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Champion Cycling wants to help you find the joy in cycling that's been a part of their family for many years. Register today through December 21st at hitthatline.com for your chance to win a specialized road bike just in time for Christmas. Whether you're a child getting your first bike, an adult who hasn't been on a bike in years, or someone who's looking to podium at their next race, Champion Cycling wants to help you find the right bike. A great selection of bikes, cycling apparel, and accessories, and great service. 5500 Mazard Road in Fort Smith. Find your next ride with Champion Cycling.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
We're keeping Arkansas beautiful. Want to lend a hand? Don't be afraid to get them dirty. Every day, volunteers around the state are picking up litter, planting trees and wildflowers, recycling, and more. You know what these volunteers need most? Help. Volunteer today at keeparkansasbeautiful.com. Learn more about all our programs. A message brought to you by the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission, this station, and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
Looking for a gift that's full of flavor and hometown pride? Then the House of Webster in Rogers, Arkansas has you covered. Our jams, jellies, preserves, and salsa gift packs are made right here in Rogers, perfect for family, friends, or anyone who loves great taste. Stop by our gift shop at 1013 North 2nd Street in Rogers, or shop online at houseofwebster.com. Got family in other states? We'll ship it for you. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks. Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
107 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody, Woo Big Suey. This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Anybody coming in and out? We're only playing 8 guys. So play. One, move on. Amnesia. Keep going. Like I said, there are some guys I sat down with who played well, and I wanted to show them clips of where they could get better, where they need to improve.
John Calipari earlier this week on his coach's show had this to say on his social media. Playing in Dallas this Saturday. Can't wait to get down there for the game. Our alumni base there is tremendous, and I hope they show up and give us advantage here against a really good Texas Tech team. There's no question. A passionate Bud Walton Arena crowd helped us in the game versus Louisville, and hopefully we have the same in Dallas. 11 a.m. game, so be there early. Where's your stance? I know everyone has a stance on early college football games. Tommy, what's your stance on early basketball games?
They're on the road. That's great. I mean, it's not really convenient if I'm going to go to the game at Bud Walton Arena, so don't prefer them at home, just not because I think it's a disadvantage for home court edge, but I just think it's harder for the fans to get to, which I guess does create, somewhat of a disadvantage. But I mean, you should think about it. When you're 19, 20, 21 years old, do you perform at your peak level at 11 a.m. in an athletic competition?
Nope.
Now, I wouldn't want my team to play at 11 a.m. either, just simply because I think the later in the day, the later in the afternoon, that's when my team's going to play better.
Yeah. We'll see how this team goes. 17 versus 16. The Razorbacks ranked 17. Texas Tech ranked 16 in this matchup at 11 a.m. on ESPN2 Saturday. Fernando Carmona Jr., Quincy Rhodes Jr. and Mike Washington have been named second team by the SEC coaches. Didn't have any other selections besides those three. We were talking about before the show. How about no media or coaches quarterback selections picked postseason relative to what they were preseason? Pavia, Ty Simpson, Trinidad Chambliss, and Gunnar Stockton, all a part of the coaches all SEC teams. None of those guys were preseason. So what do you like to say?
Don't pay any attention to those preseason polls. Tells me nobody knows anything. Coaches, media, nobody knows anything preseason. We fall in love with brand names. We fall in love with names like Manning, and then we're just wrong. So, I mean, in the end, the only thing that really matters are the postseason polls, and those are the guys that had the best years.
Last thing here in your Hog Update, Arkansas, according to Matt Zenitz of 24/7 Sports, has hired C.J. Wilford, who coached at one point under Ron Roberts at Florida. He's been at other stops, including Louisiana Lafayette, Southern Utah, and Georgia State. Tommy, it seems to me, just kind of bird's eye view, Silverfield's hiring his guys on the offensive side, like connections he has, either at Memphis or somewhere else, and then maybe there's more connections with Roberts or on that side of the staff. Is that fair, just looking at this broad view?
I think that's a good general analysis of it. I'm still waiting to be overwhelmed and wowed by the hires and the new budget and all these expansions, but maybe that's happening or going to happen in the underbelly, in the recruiting office, in the operations, and the other places. Because right now, as far as name, staff, full-time assistant coaches, I don't think anyone's blown away.
All right, that is your Hog Update this morning, brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
It is a What's Your Beef Wednesday, always brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville, 479-443-0000 to place your holiday orders, anything for your holiday gatherings, office parties, or you just need some side dishes to take along to maybe to the company party or the family gathering. They've got it for you. 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville. Ty, you can see everything online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
To the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, Logan has been patiently waiting in Prairie Grove. Logan, go ahead, man. You're on the morning rush. All right, I guess you got tired of waiting. Brennan's in Fort Smith. Brennan, go ahead. Well, I guess they both got tired of waiting. I want to go to your point, what you said about the not being overwhelmed by the staff. Don't hold your breath. I don't think anything that's going to happen here in the next few days or weeks is going to blow you away from the staff standpoint. Players, though, hopefully, if you're going to invest money, you'd love to be able to invest it in both. And not that you want a bad staff, just hoping, if you're waiting on something, if you're an Arkansas fan and you haven't been overly impressed or there's no wow factor, which there really hasn't been when these reported announcements is made, hopefully there'll be a wow factor in some of the players you can get. Tommy, I tend to think, I know KJ's staying, but I tend to think they're going to go get someone out of the portal, if not two quarterbacks, just based on what you currently have on the roster.
That's probably a good take. Obviously didn't take an in-state kid that could have come in. I know he's a freshman, but we're just going to see where we're at mid-January with kind of a depth chart we can piece together at places like quarterback. So see who stays, who goes, but obviously they're, when you say the early sign, at least at that spot, they're going to build around KJ. I mean, I don't know if he's the de facto starter at this point, but he's the one right now to be the leader in the clubhouse.
Yeah, you didn't take any quarterback, not just an in-state kid.
No.
So that's something to look into. I know Wilson, Jackson, and Colton, am I missing one? Is it just those three? I think that's it. So I would you want at least four, if not five. So expect them to at least sign one quarterback in the transfer portal in January.
Yeah, might have made sense to go down to Greenwood. Maybe have gotten you one. Hey, when it comes to banking, you deserve a pleasant and productive experience and one that puts you first, and that's exactly what you'll find at Sterling Bank, your community bank right here in Northwest Arkansas. Top-notch customer service. Every transaction feels personal because they're not just your bankers, they're your friends and your neighbors. Find Sterling Bank in Fayetteville, Rogers, and Bentonville, and online at stirbank.bank. Sterling Bank, invested in you, committed to Northwest Arkansas.
Morning Rush Daily Question when we come back on a What's Your Beef Wednesday.
This is the Morning Rush.
The Powerball jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
I would buy a mansion, buy my dream car.
I've always wanted to go to Dublin, sit in a pub, and just kind of see what life's like.
I'm probably going to pass out.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. If you're going to do some cold water bass fishing, you need to be using an Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. It's the best lure for duplicating a small school of shad and can be worked from the top of the water column to the bottom. Whether you're trying to win a bass tournament or whoop up on a bunch of white bass and stripers, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. will catch them. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
But my favorite meme of all those was, I thought Catholics didn't pull out.
This is the Morning Rush.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
The Powerball jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
I would buy a mansion, buy my dream car.
I've always wanted to go to Dublin, sit in a pub, and just kind of see what life's like.
I'm probably going to pass out.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This holiday season, give yourself the gift of stress-free internet. Wave Rural Connect brings you our 300 internet with Wi-Fi, perfect for streaming, remote work, and holiday guests. No data limits, built-in cybersecurity, and easy control with our free Wave Connect app. All for just $71.95 a month. Visit waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372 today. Wave Rural Connect, internet that works when you need it most.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
I want to ride my bicycle.
Looking for a new ride or need a tune-up? Champion Cycling in Fort Smith has you covered. From top-of-the-line bikes like Specialized and Surly to expert repairs, apparel, and accessories, we've got everything you need to hit the trails. Stop by 5500 Mazard Road during business hours or shop anytime online at championcycling.com. Champion Cycling, helping you share in the joy of cycling.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Agent Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Agent Brad Howell in Van Buren.
You can't control your future, but you can control which Taco Bell Lux Cravings box you're gonna get later. Iconic classics for $5, a plethora of indulgences for $7, or diving into the unknown for $9, where the new steak and poblano rolled quesadilla rolls real fire-roasted poblanos into a whole new thing. In any event, the future is literally in your hands. Now eat it before it gets cold. Choose your Lux Cravings box today, only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
Men, Christmas Eve is 2 weeks from today. I imagine a lot of people just said what you said. Here's your Morning Rush Daily Question. Have you bought one thing yet? Have you even started? You even have an idea or a clue of what you're going to get? And Ty, I know you don't have a significant other that you've got to meet a standard for.
Or an other.
Or just, it doesn't have to be significant. There's certain pressure that is put upon you during this holiday shopping season. Have you even began? Do you even have a clue right now? Colton, do you even have a clue what you're going to buy?
So you talk about significant other. There was always pressure before to make sure that on Christmas that, your wife or your girlfriend didn't wake up to nothing under the tree, and that you had spent all year remembering all the little things in which she said, man, I wish I had some more of this, or ooh, isn't that nice? Well, now I have a 4-month-old son, and so there's a lot more pressure to get him things for Christmas, but it's so much more frivolous now because he'll never be able to use any of these gifts, and he won't remember this Christmas. Only I will. So I have to keep myself going with the thought of I'm having this Christmas for me. But Tommy, to answer your question, I spent way too much money already, and we're eating lunches from home this week because of that.
Can I say something that people might get offended by this, but I don't really care. I think gift giving for like kids under 2 years old is dumb. Like, I know you want the picture. I know you want the memory.
So you're saying Carter can't count on a Christmas gift from Ty this year?
Yes, because you want the kid. You want to give the kid, like, I was talking to a friend about this yesterday. He's got a young daughter, and he's like, yeah, we're not going to get her a bunch of stuff. We give her stuff all the time. It's like she's not going to remember any of this. Why not save that money for like a memory he could actually remember in 3, 4, 5 years? I just doesn't save the money now.
You buy an age-appropriate gift, Ty.
I just think that's.
I'm going to save that and send that to my wife later. And I'll let you know how that goes.
And the other thing, and I have tried to convince. I have such great family members, and I've tried to tell them, listen, I'm 30, soon to be 31 years old. You don't have to give me anything anymore. I love you. You've raised me. You've done this. You've done that. You don't have to get me anything anymore. Your parenting, everything else has been a gift in itself over the years, and they still shower us with gifts. And again, that's a first world problem. But I'm trying to get them to save money and be like, listen, I know in your heart of hearts, as an aunt or an uncle or grandma or grandpa or dad or mom or whatever, that you feel like it's in your best interest to do it. What I'm telling you is you don't have to. I love you. I'm going to love you the exact same way if I don't have a single gift under the tree
Giving gifts
on Christmas
is a
morning.
love language,
I'm happy to.
Colton, what I'm hearing is he ain't bought a thing yet.
No, he's bought
he
nothing
don't have one
for
gift for anybody.
That's what you do is you deflect. Oh, I don't want anything. You don't have to buy me anything.
He
don't
just
worry
talks about
it.
the lack of merit. It's too commercialized. We've forgotten about the reason for the season. That's what I'm hearing from Ty right now.
That says
we've all wandered off the path.
Let's see. Mason's done with his first time he's been done this early. Michael says, talk to me when you have a kid, Ty. Brennan says, tell me you're not a parent while telling me you aren't a parent. LOL.
I still have some more to get, and there's always one that I forget by the time that I get there. There's always, some family member that I'm like, oh, I should have got them a gift as they hand me a gift. So there's a couple things I still have to get. One of them is for my dad. He's hard to buy for.
Preston and Fayetteville, it would be better for the parents now and better for the kids later on. Mark agrees with me. Thank you, Mark and Lowell. Again,
Well, your point about the kid's not going to remember it is correct, but you're buying the gift for your significant. Colton would be buying something.
That's right. My gift is
so that
my gift is a surprise to Gabby, and then Gabby got a bunch of gifts that
you
are
want
a
to make
surprise
Gabby
to
happy.
me. That's right.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because she's going to think, "Oh, what a sweet dad! What a man! I've
What a
married
real
the
family
man,
man.
the
A real family
the
man.
man of all men right here." Look at this.
He's getting lucky. He's getting lucky tonight.
Look at this
That's what
effort he
Christmas
put
is
in
about
to buy
tonight.
this Razorback onesie. I mean, this is a man that stopped in at the stadium shop and got a Razorback onesie. That's exactly what you're going for.
He did get some Razorback shoes for his first month birthday from the stadium.
I
shop,
just
so.
wrote on my calendar, and we know that writing on this calendar is like writing in blood. If I write it down, it gets done. Buy Christmas gifts next Friday.
Good.
I've got too much on my schedule until then, but next Friday, that is
2
going to be.
weeks, boys. 2 weeks from today, we'll be throwing back eggnog or whatever it is you do. I know one thing we're not going to be doing.
Working.
That's a radio show. 2 weeks from
Christmas.
today. Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. All right, that is your Morning Rush Daily Question. Ty, it is brought to you by CartPath Social.
A great place so you could get a stocking stuffer this holiday season. Cart Pass Social, 122 Grant Place in Lowell. I'm actually going to meet with Christian and Nate tomorrow about next year. I'm seeing one of them next weekend. Got a friend's birthday party. Two guys that I've known for quite some time, nearly a decade. Two Rogers boys, two Arkansas fans, and they have built an awesome facility in Northwest Arkansas. You can join leagues. You can have Christmas parties, birthday parties, Tommy's favorite, gender reveals, you name it, they can do it. CartPass Social, CartPassSocial.com. It is always BYOB.
Can you get
at
golf
CartPass
balls?
Social.
Can you get a golf ball? They probably have them. That when you hit it, it explodes in either blue or pink powder.
Knowing them, they can make it happen.
Yeah, that would be the way to do a gender reveal, right?
There, no
Yeah,
question.
now Ty probably have to hit it 3 or 4 times to get the ball to
couldn't do
explode.
that.
But yeah, hit the golf ball and it, boom, because they got those fake prank joke or practical joke golf balls that when you hit it, they explode.
Explodes.
So you need one that explodes in blue and one that explodes in pink.
I've got a buddy that's done that. One of them reacted really positively when it was blue. The other one reacted really negatively when it was pink. It was quite a video to take in.
Just because he was less of a man, he couldn't sire a boy. What's the
No,
problem?
whoa. He's a great girl dad, but at the time he was petrified, terrified, and it was a look of dismay, and he was very disgruntled.
That's the part you feel like you've really done your job as a father when you at least have one boy in there. Yeah, you keep the family bloodline going, all these things. So
your name carries on.
Knock on wood, I would like 2 boys and 1 girl one day, 2 older brothers and 1 young daughter.
How's that
That's
going
the
for
way
you?
to. It's not going great. It's not going great. I say that there haven't been a lot of attempts at it to this point.
I thought you were with the. Did you not? Nothing ever happened with the
It's
woman
still-
that you went
it's
to
still
see?
ongoing.
So you haven't bought her a Christmas gift yet?
No,
I would never have admitted to that.
Let's see. It's written in blood. Next Friday, buy Christmas gifts on my planner. That's what I do. I write things
what do you
down.
need from me and Colton? You need our sizes. You need our list. What do you need from Colton and I? Make sure we get that to you.
Yours is already bought and paid for. Colton, you can tell me.
You hadn't done any shopping.
Well, this was like a month ago.
So you have done shopping.
I didn't do the shopping. I contributed to someone that did the shopping.
Oh no. Colton and I are expecting personalized, hand-selected gifts from Ty.
I'd like something embroidered, maybe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Family crest. You want the family crest on it?
You do any laser engraving as a side hobby?
Yeah.
What's your middle name? Colton what Little?
It's a town in Arkansas. It's Harrison.
Colton Harrison Little. Okay.
Wow.
So
I'll be in Harrison tomorrow.
Hey,
there you
eating
go.
donuts.
We haven't talked about this Utah story just yet. $500 million private equity deal.
Saw this yesterday.
Autro Capital. First one, I guess, of its kind.
Mm-hmm.
This company has invested in Formula One before, so this is not they're not new. They're new to the college sports world, but they're not new necessarily to the sports world. I'm reading this from I think it's Front Office Sports. The primary goal is to generate more revenue across an assortment of areas, including ticketing, concessions, corporate sales, and sponsorships. Well, that leads me to believe is prices are going to keep going up, which they already are. But if they're trying to make their money back and not more, that's what I That's what I garnered for this. That's what I picked up.
Well, didn't they have like an option for their donors? It essentially becomes a stock, and their owners can buy stock in that company, and they reap the dividends of it. There's some way in which people are making money off the top.
I couldn't tell you much about basketball or baseball or any of their other programs, but Kyle Whittingham's a really good football coach. They've been consistent for a while now. I can't remember if he directly assumed the role after Urban Meyer, but at one point Urban Meyer had an undefeated squad there. So this is a program that's really good, and they compete against another good one at BYU. I'm just surprised they're the first one.
Yeah, I agree with that. All of these private equity deals that are coming are banking on, betting on growing and rising TV contracts, and I think that's true. And they're in this business to make money, make a reasonable 6 to 12% return or something in between. So they're going to get their cut somehow. And I'm interested to know how the deal works. The real nuts and bolts, get under the hood. Let's see how this thing works, because there's got to be, as they infuse capital to get players, there's got to be some kind of take on the revenue. And essentially the bottom line, which, these athletic departments generally run as 501(c)(3)s or 501-something, I don't know which letter, because it varies. They're supposed to be nonprofit kind of deals, break-even kind of deals. So how does this all work? And, at some point, does the government have to get involved to make these some kind of exemption when it comes to, antitrust, kind of like baseball did years ago? So something's got to give on this, because it's a big joke to think these things are nonprofit.
Yeah. And like if you were Arkansas and
private equity wouldn't be getting involved if that wasn't a joke,
And hell, now I know Stevens' investments, but is it considered like would there be a way for them to do something with Arkansas, something like this? Okay, so I mean, is that something?
And Warren's got enough money to do anything he wants.
Yeah, is that something that
I call him Warren as though we know each other.
Well, again, when you say someone's first name, it carries enough cachet and weight that everyone knows who you're talking about.
Yeah.
That being said, is that something you would feel a little weird about if Arkansas did this? Like if I'm a Utah fan, I'm like, wow, $500, and then I see like the back end, I'm like, I don't know, because
what are you giving up? What deal have you made with the devil here?
Here's what I think about. So anytime a hedge fund or a private equity firm takes over a restaurant and buys it, it's not as good as it used to be.
Change the menu, change all this stuff.
And so, like...
Ingredients, they buy cheaper ingredients.
Yeah, I don't know if that's applicable to college sports and college football. That's just where my mind went when I saw this story in Utah.
I think that's a fair track to think down. Because now you get non-athletic folks involved in athletics. Hey, Art's Barbecue's taking holiday orders right now. Don't miss out on having your favorites from Art's, or maybe you don't have time to do the cooking. I just mentioned a few minutes ago we're 2 weeks from Christmas Eve, so if you need pork loins, you need beef tenderloins, you need a prime rib roast, or you want a full brisket, or you want racks of ribs, you need side dishes, rolls, pecan pies, and more, they've got it at Art's Barbecue. Call today, get your order in before they're filled up and no more room on the smoker for you, all right? 452-2550 is the number. 452-2550 for Art's Barbecue, two doors east of Lowe's in Fort Smith.
Hour 2 coming up. Richard Davenport joins us on the other side.
The Powerball jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
I would buy a mansion, buy my dream car.
I've always wanted to go to Dublin, sit in a pub, and just kind of see what life's like.
I'm probably going to pass out.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of Beef. It's whatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. If you're going to do some cold water bass fishing, you need to be using an Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. It's the best lure for duplicating a small school of shad and can be worked from the top of the water column to the bottom. Whether you're trying to win a bass tournament or whoop up on a bunch of white bass and stripers, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. will catch them. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
This is the Morning Rush.
We're having a good old-fashioned family Christmas at Rath Auto Resources. Now through the end of the year, get up to $6,400 off retail value on your next road-ready certified pre-owned sleigh. Inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. Really nice. Save up to $6,400 off your next family truckster, and we'll all have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny Kaye. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. Hallelujah. Where's the Tylenol?
Dozy Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Dozy Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
The new and improved Golf Nut Performance Center will be ready in early 2026. It will be fully equipped with the latest cutting-edge technology to help you play your best golf. Visit the Golf Nut for a great selection of Christmas gifts for your favorite golfer, like rangefinders, clubs, golf balls, apparel, or a gift certificate to the new indoor hitting bay or shop. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith.
This is Sydney from Ben Guerin. 2026 annual passes are now available at Ben Guerin Golf Course. We offer a variety of plans to meet your budget needs. We have special pricing for juniors, seniors, and military. If you're looking for the best golf value in the River Valley, then look no further than Ben Guerin Golf Course. Book your 2026 tournament outings now. For more information, call the Pro Shop at 646-5301, go to benguerringolf.com, or follow us on Facebook. When you think golf, think Ben Guerin.
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service, semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all: DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Limbird and the Limbird Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
Hungry for steak? TGI Fridays in Fort Smith is serving up the best hand-cut 14-ounce ribeyes, tender 8-ounce bacon wrap fillets, and massive loaded baked potatoes. It's the new steakhouse menu at TGI Fridays. And for football nights, Monday and Thursday, it's wings for just 50 cents each, all day long. Boneless or traditional with a 10-piece minimum. Bring the team, bring the fans. Big groups are welcome, and we're open till midnight on Friday and Saturday. TGI Fridays, steaks, wings, football, it's all here at TGI Fridays at 540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. It'll be quite breezy at times. The high this afternoon will be in the low to mid 50s. Mainly clear to partly cloudy skies. Tonight we drop down into the low 30s. And Thursday, ample sunshine, a high in the middle to upper 50s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
You know what's great about video? It does not lie.
ESPN 95.3.
Well, I agree with you. Now, y'all give me just a few minutes before you hang up. Can I say a nasty word? It starts with B and ends with G. People, oh, who did we think we were going to get? We're just talking. Oh, just like the previous caller said. We got who I wanted. I can't say Goulash's name. I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. So I would have had to have called him Coach Alice. Now, do I like Hunter Yurachek? No. He needs to be out the door yesterday. But anyway, I'm on board with Silverfield until he gives me a reason not to be. And people, my beef is to quit bitching. Lord, help us.
Live from the Bush Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
Lord, help us.
We talked about plenty of things in hour number one, our beefs, like Miss Lisa's last week. We talked about the correct number of kids you want to have. We talked about when you should buy Christmas gifts, who you should buy them for. We mentioned the Utah funding that they're getting from the private equity firm. And we talked some Arkansas football as well, another reported hire made. We went over plenty of things in hour number one. We got RD coming up in hour two, SEC update.
Good
Archie
Lord.
Manning had a great thing. So, what?
Tommy, we came back from the break here. Tommy turned into a vampire. The entire room went dark. He's emerged from it. There you go.
Sunlight. There we go. I am sitting in the work. I'm at my place at Norfolk, and this window, which looks out to the river, it's got a beautiful view of the Norfolk. The sun is just in that worst spot, and if I move this way, then I'm blinded. All right, and then that looks terrible. So I don't know. I'm struggling to find a spot that is camera worthy right now. First world problems. So
good luck.
That's no better. That's no better. But anyway, what's your beef? Well, that's my beef right now. What's your beef Wednesday? Brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market, 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville. All the holiday things you need for that Christmas party you're having this weekend. Who's got a Christmas party to go to this weekend? I do.
Yeah, Friday.
Got my first family. We got our company Christmas party, and then you got a Christmas party. You got to bring something too, like something to eat too. I bet you.
I've already done that.
Like a white elephant? Ooh.
I bet you half of our audience right now has something coming up this weekend they got to take a dish to. So go by Richard's. They've got that potato salad that is going to wow the crowd. They have got all kinds of side items that will make life a little easier during this hectic holiday season. If you want chicken, you want beef, you want seafood, they've got all of that. Prime beef with great house-made sausages, steaks. If you want to do a pork loin or a brisket or any of those things, they can get you a prime cut for that to put on your grill and wow the crowd this holiday season. Richard's Country Meat Market. They'll go to richardscountrymeatmarket.com or see them at 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville.
All right, some NFL news to start off this hour. If you haven't heard, Phillip Rivers signing with the Colts.
If ye of little faith, I could quote scripture right now if I need to get you fired up to believe in me, because if I don't know if you understand this, faith, family, football. To have faith, you got to have a little bit of faith. And Big Philly Rivers is always ready to rip. And let me tell you something. They say, Big Philly, you couldn't even throw it harder when you were in your prime. I'm still in my prime.
Man, that is wild. To the practice squad, according to Adam Schefter, he is the second, not the first, the second grandfather in the National Football League. Brett Favre had his 21-year-old daughter gave birth to Parker Brett back when he was still in the National Football League. Rivers has 10 kids. We're talking about kids.
About the right number of kids.
10 kids.
He can make a whole team with his.
He's still, I guess he's at a point where he feels like he needs more money to support the kids. I don't know the rationale.
Yeah, you will never,
10 mouths to
you will never have enough money with 10 kids.
10.
I promise you.
It's wild, absolutely wild. So that's that. On the other side, Quinn Jammer, former Chargers quarterback, or is he still playing in the NFL?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. Former Chargers cornerback
yesterday
admitted that during the 2011 season, he played at least 8 NFL games drunk. That was pretty wild.
Who was better? Him sober or him drunk?
That's a good question. He was going through tough times, divorce and other things, but he would drink during games and bring liquor into the locker room, is what he said during the interview. So that was quite surprising. So a couple NFL headlines this morning.
There used to be an old joke about an orthopedic surgeon when my dad was a kid here in town. They said, "Who's the best orthopedic surgeon?" They said, "Dr. Kirkendall when he's drunk." So who's the second best? Dr. Kirkendall when he's sober.
That's scary. Oh, man. All right, Rivers coming back. We'll see if he suits up. You got Riley Leonard in front of him, right? Colton Richardson's still injured. Anthony
Still in the
Richardson.
IR.
Yeah, former Florida quarterback. Do they have a guy in front of him? There's one more. I think there's a former Bengals quarterback, if I remember that right. So age 44, trying to see what he still got. Philip Rivers.
You're never too old. You know?
Yes, man. I guess.
I wonder if this gives Tom Brady the itch at all. I mean, he's making so much money up there sitting in the booth, but I wonder if you see guys like Philip Rivers come back if the thought even crosses his mind.
Speaking of professional athletes, real quick before you get to RD, I listened to Michael Jordan talk about this on NBC. I should have pulled this clip. He had this for the love of the game clause in his contract where he was allowed, and most guys aren't allowed to do this, he was allowed to play basketball at any point during his Bulls tenure. And if he hurt himself, he would still have to get the full guarantee of his contract because he loved the game so much. And he didn't want to not be able to play if he saw a pickup game going on or anything going on. I just thought that was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Hey, a couple things here, and then we'll get to Richard. Next Tuesday, a week from yesterday, we're going to be live with the Morning Rush at Dwayne Hayda's Rivertown Gallery in Mountain Home. If you've not ever seen, now you probably have seen some of Dwayne Hayda's work. He is when we talk about outdoor artists and people that can, create a centerpiece for your home and your decor, that's what Dwayne does. He also does replica fish. That's how I got to know Dwayne. His achievements and accolades are numerous. Most recently, he's one of the youngest inductees into the Arkansas Game and Fish Hall of Fame. Collectors know Dwayne's work, and we're going to be there next Tuesday to talk about it. He's doing a fish replica for me, but all kinds of paintings and hand-carved fish. And, if you're a lifelong angler and you enjoy the outdoors, Dwayne's got something that will look great in your home or office. Go to rivertowngallery.com and learn more, or see us next Tuesday, 3512 Highway 62 West in Mountain Homes, kind of right across from, almost, not exactly, but right there near the entrance to Big Creek Country Club. That's all next week at Dwayne Hayda's Rivertown Gallery. Next Tuesday, Clay Henry's going to be there as well for the Morning Rush.
That sounds good.
Richard Davenport on the Morning Rush is brought to you by House of Webster and Rogers.
I say I'm trying to watch what I eat. Well, I cheated the other night.
When it comes to flavor, nobody does it better than House of Webster.
That's what makes them different than others. They have so many different flavors.
Locally made jams, jellies, salsas, and sauces for over 90 years.
Surely you're going to find one that you really, really like, or you're going to like them all.
Richard, I don't know if you caught any of us talking about Philip Rivers signing reportedly with the Indianapolis Colts practice squad. 44 years old, 10 kids. Evidently, he's still trying to scratch that itch, and Indy's going a route that I don't think any of us expected.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. But, hey, Tom Brady was, what did he retire at, age 46? Can't remember.
Something around there.
Yeah, if you stay in shape, obviously you probably don't move as well as you used to, but I don't know if he was ever a guy that was a threat to run that much. But you
don't have to move. You're a quarterback in the NFL. They can't hit you, so you don't have to move.
Okay. You're an official. You agree that it has just gone overboard, hasn't it?
I understand certain. You don't want a guys getting hit at the knee, but these quarterbacks sit back there in the rocking chair in the NFL. So, why not come back? If your arm's still good, I don't know that he ever had the biggest cannon of an arm, but, let's also not confuse. This guy isn't named the starter. He's on the practice squad right now. We'll see if he gets on the field.
Yeah.
He's an insurance policy is what he is right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Kind of an emergency type situation, no doubt.
Yep.
I think to Tommy's point, it's annoyed a lot of defensive players when they feel like there's such a small window to hit a guy back there in the pocket, and if you even land on them the certain wrong way, they'll get it. So I understand everyone, defensive coordinators, defensive guys, and everyone else that gets mad when it comes to what's going on with quarterbacks in the situation. And Richard, on the subject of quarterbacks, we were kind of kicking this around earlier. Arkansas didn't sign anyone out of the recruiting cycle, high school wise, quarterback wise. KJ's on there, expected to be the presumed starter. How many QBs do you think they get out of the portal this next cycle?
It's going to be interesting. I know the portal. I know we kind of wanted to hit on what's going on recruiting wise. It's all about the portal right now, and then obviously once that's closed, the 16th, it'll continue to go on just from the standpoint that you still have kids you're trying to sign and try to get on campus. But I really don't have a firm answer on that. I would assume one. I know that they're still looking to possibly sign more as far as the high school ranks, and I think that could possibly happen. Obviously, a February signing period, but I don't necessarily know if it's a quarterback or not.
Richard, what's been some of the reaction as you've talked more to parents, coaches, players, everybody kind of involved in your world of covering recruiting? Had another week go by. What's some of the reactions you're getting to Silverfield? Also, the staff hirings as we're finding out more about who will be as coordinators and the position coaches.
Yeah, well, I mean, you hear the same thing about Silverfield. It seems like a very personable guy, just very relatable. Somebody that seems to have a plan of how he wants to win and get Arkansas back to where I know the fans would like for them to be. But as far as the assistants and stuff like that, I haven't really reached out to too many kids about the assistants until they're totally official. But at the same time, there's some that you kind of have a pretty good idea. I mean, they're coming, but it's still early in the process of trying to reach out to kids about them.
As you've looked to this list of names, I know Matt Zenith's kind of been at the forefront with CBS Sports reporting. Who's going to be on the staff? Anyone you say, ooh, now there's a guy that's got a great track record for recruiting. I know we look at recruiting different now in the portal era, but anyone that jumps off the page to you that, hey, that's a great get for this staff from a recruiting angle.
Well, not necessarily a recruiting angle because I really haven't checked out his resume as far as that. But Ron Roberts, I know some fans have been a little skeptical, but his reputation and Coach Pittman tried to hire him a while back, and he went to Auburn. But his resume and how he's thought of around the country is pretty high. And I think with recruiting, I'll be honest with you, I'm getting pretty kind of cynical, just from the standpoint that we talk about coaches that can recruit are really great recruiters and stuff like that nowadays. To me, how do you know if it's really that coach or is it really the money? And I think the money is a big key nowadays, and I don't blame the kids. I mean, if I have an opportunity to go to a school for $300,000 versus another school for $150,000, if all the unless that school offering the $300K is not someplace I really don't feel comfortable with and don't really like their offensive or defensive scheme, I'm probably going to end up going to that school that with the the biggest offer. So I think a lot of it just how well are you prepared, as far as money, how much money can you spend on your roster? That I think we've seen that at Arkansas the last few years, especially in high school recruiting. They didn't have the money to necessarily be aggressive in the high school ranks, and they focused more on the portal. You'd hope that you're going to be a little bit more well balanced in recruiting and being able to be aggressive recruiting high school kids and the portal.
Richard, we're still a little over 3 weeks out from the portal opening. Shaq McCroy is one of the notable names recently that sounds like he's going to the portal, according to Hayes Fawcett of On3. How much of a roster turnover should we expect? I mean, we've seen guys announce they're coming back, like Rhodes and KJ, but here these next few weeks, I mean, is it going to be like 70 new guys like you had in Memphis?
That's going to be interesting. Now, if the money is supposed to be there, Hunter's said that they should be at the upper tier of the SEC as far as funding for the program. I would assume that also means money for the roster. You would think that you would not lose as many guys, key starters or guys that you perceive with high value just because of money. You should be able to compete and at least be in the same ballpark with anybody else. That doesn't mean, another school may look at a kid on the roster and say, well, he's worth $500K, and Arkansas may look at him and say, well, we only see his value at around $300. So there's so much that goes into this. We really don't know. Just because a kid says he's entering the portal may not just be because he's unhappy or whatever. It may be money. It may be that the new staff perceives a certain kid's value a certain way versus the old staff, and he thinks that he can get more money elsewhere. So there's so many things, especially right now with the new staff versus the previous staff. Their value, each evaluation is different with each staff.
Switching gears to basketball, just to clarify, you can't have guys in the building that you're talking to like any other neutral site game in football this weekend. For the Texas Tech game, it's if they want to come to the game, they can, but it's not like they can have a lot of contact, correct?
As far as I know there, yeah, they can still give out tickets, but I would assume it's just like football, that there can't be any contact. But at least if anything, it can show, especially if Arkansas fans, Texas Tech fans will too. You can impress a kid, especially with the fan base, how Arkansas fans can travel, and especially the DFW area. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the case, same as football. There's no communication.
Richard, I want to close on this football-wise. I think about John Sumrall, who's coaching at two schools right now. One's in New Orleans, the other one's in Gainesville. You've got some other coaches, I think like Bob Chesney and some others that are still at their school kind of waiting as the season ends. How do you do that in recruiting? Like for the current school, not wanting to lose players to that next school versus the current coach. I know that's not currently going on here in Fayetteville, but how do you think that goes in these spots?
Yeah, well, you got a lot, enough time to each school. You're preparing for the playoffs, and you're focused on that, but at the same time, you're focused on building your roster at Florida. So I don't know how you do it, but there's certain hours that you give to each school, and then if obviously with him being in New Orleans, I would assume he's in New Orleans, especially preparing. But you still have FaceTime, Zoom, and all that to communicate with your staff, and also with the players if you need to be on Zoom with some of the players at Florida that you're trying to retain. And I'm sure he has a lot of confidence in the staff that he currently has at Florida to be able to handle things when they need an answer. They may not be able to get a hold of him, immediately, but I'm sure that he has a lot of confidence in them making the right decisions and hold it off in case they do need a final say from him.
Richard, you join us every Wednesday, courtesy of House of Webster. Mike and the team dropped off some stuff for us yesterday, gave us some different jams, jelly, salsas. They've got different bags for our staff as well as we're gearing up for our Christmas party. I know you have high things to say about them. You told me about them. I've got plenty of Rogers friends that knew about them, but 1013 North 2nd Street in Rogers, they've been open for over 90 years, and, man, they deliver when it comes to jams, jellies, and salsas.
Yeah, go to the gift shop at their facility in Rogers. I've been there to check out their inventory. Then obviously you can go on their website and do the same, and highly recommend. You won't be disappointed. A lot of opportunities for gifting for your family and friends.
Yep. HouseofWebster.com. Really appreciate them being a part of the Morning Rush with RD. Richard, good stuff, man. We'll chat next week, hopefully about a big basketball win in Dallas this weekend.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
That's our buddy Richard Davenport, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette.
I was checking here on Bet Saracen before we go. Don't see anything else, or don't see anything up yet about that. I got college football playoff games up. Alabama right now giving up 1 to Oklahoma. That's kind of interesting on the line. Miami and A&M a 3.5-point line with Miami catching 3.5. Ole Miss favored 17.5. Oregon favored by 22. Puke. So that's part of the argument there. But be interesting to see what that line is this weekend when Arkansas and Texas Tech come out here in a day or two. Hey, stopped in a couple days ago. Day before yesterday at our friends at Vici Aesthetics and Wellness. I did a telemedicine visit last week with the doc, got all set up, and then I did my first in-office and learned more about peptides. And I'm excited. I mean, truly, genuinely excited about what the next few months can hold for me. And you can go along on this journey as well. Vici Aesthetics and Wellness can help you lose the weight that's been stubborn. And I'm turning 50 this month. it gets harder as you get older to get that weight off. And they've got peptide programs. They've got personalized weight loss programs with semaglutide and also tirzepatide. But these peptides are something I'm learning more about with Samorelin and glutathione and NAD+. Now, they drew my labs, and before I can start Samorelin, they want to see how my blood work comes back so that plan can be personalized. I started on NAD+, and have done my first one. I got to do another one today, and it's got ways to help restore your balance and your energy and make you feel better, but make your skin look better, and just give you general overall health and wellness. And we're going to be telling you more about Samorelin and glutathione and other ways you can put these programs together and really give yourself a great chance to get the weight off you've always wanted. They also do testosterone replacement therapies. And if you want to get your hormones back in balance and make sure that everything's right there, they're good. They can help you with that as well. Vici Aesthetics and Wellness, VICI, Vici Aesthetics and Wellness. I am really fired up about this, and you can come along for the ride with us because you listen to the Morning Rush. Call and tell them you heard it here, and get 10% off your treatments and 10% off your programs to make you look better and feel better in 2026. 479-343-8424. 343-8424. Tell him you heard Tommy talking about it here on the Morning Rush. You can learn more at ViciAestheticsandWellness.com. Or again, call 343-8424 and get 10% off with Vici Aesthetics and Wellness.
All right, when we come back, what did the legend Archie Manning have to say about former Ole Miss coach Lane Kiffin? We'll share it with you next.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
I think we're going to do great in the playoffs without our narcissist jerk coach.
This is the Morning Rush.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Can I buy that pretzel? Hey, come see us at the HR house. Save me a cold one.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Basketballs bounce, cheerleaders cheer, and fans are flocking to the paint store in Van Buren. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their color matching. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their help with color selection. The paint store in Van Buren shares their expert advice from 35 years of experience. If you haven't been to the paint store in Van Buren, you are missing out. How about you give them a shout next time you need some real-life help you can't get on YouTube?
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service, semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all: DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
Dad, you in Besser River Valley?
That's right. Over 15 years, Mike Jr.'s Motor Wash has been keeping homes, driveways, businesses, and even semis looking like new.
So shiny.
We do it all. Houses, commercial buildings, parking lots, trucks, whatever needs cleaning, we got you covered.
People trust my dad because he cares about doing it right.
Call Mike Jr.'s Motor Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmotorwash.com.
Mike Jr.'s Motor Wash. One call cleans it all.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Winter has arrived, bringing frothy mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight. We're about the toughest there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks are finally it's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Hey, Richard, Archie Manning here. Now, I know what big Rebel fans you, David, and Scott are, and I want to also thank you for being a big fan of mine. As you know, the Rebels had a great year. I think we're going to do great in the playoffs without our narcissist jerk coach. I sure hope so. Here's a New Year's blessing to the Don of the Kelly family. Hotty toddy.
That was great.
Wow.
You know it's wild. It's like you hear that and you watch it, and in the back of your mind you're just wondering, is that real or is that AI? I can't tell anymore. I mean, it looks cool. And you watched it this morning. It looks pretty authentic. It looks real. Doesn't look like Archie Manning, the legend's mouth is moving in a way, but he was, again, pretty direct to the point.
I think we're going to do great in the playoffs without our narcissist jerk coach.
That is, of course, Lane Kiffin, who is now in Baton Rouge.
Strong words there.
An arch rival. And, I think you framed it best. I hope we dog cuss Ryan Silverfield when he's getting on or leaving Drake Field or XNA or wherever and heading somewhere else in 3, 4, 5 years, because that means he's had success here. Ole Miss, I mean, they weren't much when Lane Kiffin got there. Matt Luke, that whole thing now, that ended. And I get where they're frustrated. I just hope to be in their situation in the same
100%. And, who would be the equivalent to Arch Manning here? Maybe Darren McFadden. If he's telling that your coach is some kind of jerk or bum or a narcissist or whatever, that probably means he's won a lot of games. And just it's going to be a bitter divorce.
That's how it goes. Speaking of Ole Miss, Trinidad Chambliss as a second-team quarterback is voted on by the coaches. He, along with Ty Simpson, on that second team. Gunnar Stockton's the third team. And then Diego Pavia, who wasn't even ranked by coaches or media in the preseason, is the first-team All-SEC quarterback.
Well, none of us were right preseason.
Nope.
None of us. Coaches, media, none of us. And tells you we just don't know nearly what we think we know going into the season.
A few Razorbacks on that list: Mike Washington, Fernando Carmona Jr., and Quincy Rhodes. You also have Fayetteville native Isaiah Satania, second-team all-wide receiver and special teams guy. Oklahoma, next Friday, no in-person classes. Those have been canceled in preparation for the playoff game against Alabama. You mentioned earlier, Alabama the favorite on the road in Norman next week.
By a point. So interesting take there. Could be one of them like the Big Ten Championship, low-scoring type games. Ty Simpson hasn't been playing well. Oklahoma's got an elite defense. That's going to be an interesting battle between those two.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Lenore Sellers has a decision to make. New offensive coordinator hired Kendall Briles in Columbia, and Sellers on if he's staying put.
Norris, are you staying at South Carolina next year?
I mean, straight to it. Yeah, that's straight. I mean, when the decisions come to make a decision, when the time comes to make a decision, I make a decision, whatever's best for me.
I mean, KJ thrived under Kendall Briles. I would at least take a look if I was Sellers, but I'm going to guess, Tommy, I know he had a bad 2025. I would guess he's going to be able to make a couple $1 million if he transferred schools to somewhere else.
Would you take him here?
I mean, based on what I saw 2 years ago, yeah. It's more of what you know from him than what – and that's not to say KJ's done anything bad, but you have more of a composite from Lenore Sellers than you do KJ Jackson.
Either way, he's going into another coordinator, another offense, another language and terminology. So another, it's whether or not he wants to play with the guys from South Carolina that are coming back.
He will be a multi-million-dollar quarterback if he enters the portal. One of the highest-paid players out of there.
Don't disagree. All right, that's the SEC update. It is brought to you by Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental. At the entrance to Riley Farms, they provide every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family, from general dentistry to braces, implants, cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman can do that. Also, if your wife is elbowing you in the sides and roll over, you're snoring, or go sleep on the couch, or she's sleeping on the couch, ask about the custom-made snore guards that they have at Valley Family Dental. Mention you heard it here. Get $300 off your snore guard, and they can help with your sleep apnea and your snoring with a custom-made. Not one of these things you order off Facebook at 3 in the morning. That sounds like a good idea. One of these things that is custom-made for you to help stop the snoring and get you sleeping better at night. 479-226-3500 for your appointment. 226-3500 for Riley Farm Dental or Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental, or go to valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
I saw this headline from Jacques Doucette that LSU has already 15,000 new season ticket requests when Lane Kiffin was announced. There's corporate sponsorships and donations that are heading that way to Baton Rouge as well. We're a week plus in. Do you think anyone has made like a rash decision one way or another in Fayetteville? Like they've either bought tickets or canceled tickets, added donations, canceled donations. You think it's just at a smaller scale?
Yeah, not 15,000.
No.
I wouldn't even guess 1,500. I wouldn't even guess 150. I'd guess maybe 15. Maybe a few more than that, but not. You can measure them in dozens, not in hundreds.
Mm-hmm. One way or another, this cuts both ways. This isn't like all positive or all negative. Because you heard what Hunter said, and again, taking him at his word about that $1 million+ donation that he apparently was
It probably happened. I don't think you just make that up, but that's one. When we think, man, $1 million. Well, that $1 million changed our lives, but $1 million didn't change in the life of the football program.
Mm-mm.
Just isn't. Hey, Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. Hey, they probably loan you $1 million. I don't know if they'd let you give it to the university, but they'd help you out. They've got 25 locations around our state. If you want to spruce up your existing home, or maybe build a brand new one from ground up, or you got acreage that's become available that maybe joins your existing ranch or farm, and you want to buy it, they are specialists when it comes to that. Farm Credit of Western Arkansas, 25 locations around our area. There's one near you. Go to myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com for Farm Credit of Western Arkansas.
We played this cut earlier from the Notre Dame athletics director talking about what Notre Dame went through this season.
We had one of the most dominant 10 games runs in the history of college football.
Yeah, that included wins against Arkansas, 2-10 Boston College, Syracuse at 3-9, Stanford at 4-8, and Purdue at 4-10. I know there's some heated words from him directed towards, I think Jim Phillips is the ACC athletics director's name.
Commissioner,
what I say, athletics director. But the point that I'm trying to make is this is, I think Notre Dame, and the thought, there's thought to be like they've a tie-in with the ACC, right? I think it's 24 of their sports are ACC regulated and they're part of the conference, and then they have like games against ACC opponents, but it's not all the way.
They have a scheduling agreement in football.
And I do think, like, I know we talked about they're in the top 12. I think there's a pathway to them being more associated with the Big Ten in years to come. Where they're regionally located, not that they're far from some ACC schools.
The ACC's going to, the question is, do they just go back to being fully independent? A lot of schools, like Arkansas, would schedule them. Other schools in the Big Ten and the SEC would schedule them. They wouldn't have the same rotation through the ACC like they have now, but plenty of places would put them on their schedule. So yeah, I mean, the question is, do they want to have full control of their schedule and do that, or maybe join a league? The SEC would be smart and wise if they become available in the market to add them to the roster in some way, shape, or form, because that gives you a bigger presence in the third biggest market in America, and that's Chicago, because they are huge up in that part of the world.
Well, you got Texas and Oklahoma from a regional standpoint and a brand standpoint. It just fit. The Big Ten went another direction with USC and UCLA.
It'd be your biggest brand if it was on your wall as an SEC team.
It would be the biggest.
It'd be the biggest individual brand in your league if they joined your conference. I don't know that they'll ever join a conference.
Even over Alabama?
100%.
Really?
100%.
I just can't. I can't wrap my mind around that. This is a program that hasn't won a national championship since '88.
But what that doesn't have anything to do with the fact of how followed and how, I mean, they're the only school that's ever had their own TV deal, and that's for a reason. Those that are Catholic and follow Catholicism generally root for Notre Dame. I mean, they got a worldwide alumni. I mean, it's just like Zach. You ask Zach Arns why he roots for Notre Dame, because his family does. And that's a family tradition. So I mean, we saw it in Fayetteville. I mean, Notre Dame fans came out of the woodwork here from Arkansas that were Notre Dame fans. So I can't explain it, but I'm just telling you it's a fact. Hey, Gaston's White River Resort. Perfect holiday gift is a Gaston's gift card. Give them a call at Gaston's. They'll get one on the way to you. For whatever, if you want for $50 or $500, or you call and say, hey, I want to fix my loved one up with a 3-night stay, a day of fishing, 2 days of fishing, some meals, whatever, they'll get you the right setup for that. So if you want an experience, or you just want a dollar amount, or maybe you're doing corporate gift cards, you want to impress clients or impress those that you work with, give them a Gaston's gift card. It's unique, it's different, and it's not the same old, same old. And I can promise you, whenever they redeem it, whenever they use it, they're going to love it at Gaston's. 870-431-5202. Right now, winter rates are in effect. It's a great day to visit the White River and Gaston's White River Resort and get 40% off your lodging. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time, every time.
everybody's talking about Richard's Meat Market because that's my spot. And, of course, Richard and Chris have been around forever.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
I'm faced with Eli. Big Philly Rivers is always ready to rip.
This is the Morning Rush.
We've seen it all. Recessions, tornadoes, even a global pandemic. But Hug Chevrolet GMC never closed its doors. We stuck with our community because they stuck with us. And through it all, one thing never changed. Our commitment to serve, support, and stay local. Hug Chevrolet GMC, built to last, just like the people we serve.
TGI Fridays in Fort Smith, where football fans win with 50-cent wings all day, every Monday and Thursday. Just 50-cent wings, boneless or traditional, with a 10-piece minimum. It's perfect for Monday night and Thursday night football. Also, don't forget TGI Fridays' brand new steakhouse menu. Hand-cut 14-ounce ribeyes, juicy 8-ounce bacon wrap fillets, and loaded baked potatoes. Big groups are always welcome after the game, and we're open till midnight on Friday and Saturday. TGI Fridays. Come hungry, leave happy. TGI Fridays at 540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
I want to ride my bicycle. Looking for a new ride or need a tune-up? Champion Cycling in Fort Smith has you covered. From top-of-the-line bikes like Specialized and Surly to expert repairs, apparel, and accessories, we've got everything you need to hit the trails. Stop by 5500 Mazard Road during business hours or shop anytime online at championcycling.com. Champion Cycling, helping you share in the joy of cycling.
I've got some Christmas parties coming up and got to make sure I'm fully stocked. Luckily, the team at Eastside Liquor has me covered. Love me some Fireball, even in candy canes, plus eggnogs and holiday creams, and plenty of Old Smoky. When you stop by Eastside, you can always go through the drive-thru, but I love to just walk in and see what else is new, like the Duck Club Bourbon for hunters. You guys know I can't drink that, but I know a lot of you would. Eastside Liquor, 9390 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Your #1 holiday stop for wine, beer, and spirits.
Can I refill your eggnog for you?
Game day just got a whole lot better at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Wear your hog gear and enjoy half-price apps and cheap taps during every Arkansas game. Plus other drink specials that will keep the party going. Whether you're gearing up for kickoff or celebrating the win, Joe's is your go-to place for great food, cold drinks, and hog pride. Joe's Grill and Cantina. Half-price apps and cheap taps on game days during every Arkansas game. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Number you have ever reached.
The worldwide leader in sports.
It was her first ball game with my wife, and we ended up on that field. We were in section 104.
Brother, you just turned the light bulb on. You gotta go with somebody. At least I go with a winner.
Tommy, they're great.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Colton, we got a text earlier in the show on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Evidently, you can DoorDash Sam's hot dogs.
That's a big time play.
I guess I need to do that at some point during the show. Just have a guy show up and walk in with just one hot dog and just see the reaction with that. I need an answer to my
Dog for Richardson?
Yeah, I need an answer for my question earlier. You haven't been to Costco either, have you?
I've been to I've been to one in Texas before. It's okay. All those wholesale stores, though, you're right, Ty. They kind of give up the same vibe.
Have you had the hot dog and soda combination there versus the one at Sam's Club?
I can't say that I have. I tell you what, where one of the best like wholesale inside of a store, those type of stores, like inside of the store restaurants are. It's the IKEA one because they serve Swedish meatballs.
Wow,
so good.
Okay,
so good.
Something to think about. All right, so those hot dog deals are cheap, and people like them because of the cheapness. Can't really buy cheap football players and have a successful program in the SEC. Based on where you're on the track record. We got a text earlier in the show that I haven't gotten to just yet that I want to discuss. And it was, hey, do you think Hunter's going to say what they spent last year and what they're spending this year? Well, based on his initial press conference with Ryan Silverfield last week on Thursday, doesn't sound like he's ready to reveal just yet. Now, they might down the road. They might at some point. It's not just about the money that's invested. It's the scouting and the utilization of that money that you have to make it the right way. Like, we always make fun, and I say we. Occasionally, people will make fun of the Cardinal way, the St. Louis Cardinals, who by no means have a top 3 salary pool in the MLB. And they have done things, quote unquote, the Cardinal way, having a lesser salary pool to work with players and spent money on the right guys and evaluated really well. I know you can't necessarily say that lately, but over time, Cardinals have been a really successful organization. They've done it differently than the Yankees. We've seen college football teams do it a couple different ways. Not that Indiana doesn't have money nowadays, because I think there has been an investment with why am I blanking on their head coach, Colton? Kirk Cignetti. But there seems to be more of one in Lubbock, Texas, with the Red Raiders. Like that, Cody Campbell is very out in front. They're tycoon billionaires, just like, yeah, we're gonna try to buy our way to a national championship. Seems like the same thing's happening in Eugene, Oregon with Phil Knight, and that they're buying their way to a potential national championship, which they're going to pulverize James Madison. Who they play? Who's their second? They get Tech. I think, yes. So it's the battle of the teams that are spending probably the most in college football between Oregon and Texas Tech. I think Arkansas has to go more, and not that they can find Kirk Cignetti, and not that Ryan Silverfield is Kirk Cignetti, but you might get more of a financial investment initially. There's going to be more if you start winning. Like, they didn't capitalize on the 2021 football season like they should have. And hopefully they're set up in place, Colton, to do that in years to come if they have success from the jump with Ryan Silverfield.
Yeah, I think what you're saying, Ty, and I'm trying to make sure I'm interpreting this clearly, is that now it looks like if you're not a traditional power in college football, there are 2 ways in which you can find yourself in the playoff. You either have a really good coach, or you have somebody that's footing the bill for you to get whatever you want, correct?
Correct.
And you're saying between those two, which history would tell you that it's more likely Arkansas would have to find somebody to buy in terms of us finding a good coach through a coaching search. I 100% agree with you. You couldn't be more spot on. I think that if you want to get things rolling here at Arkansas and you want to have sustainable success, something where you can compete for the playoff every year, you launch yourself out of the drudges of the SEC, you have to have somebody come in and foot one of these massive type of bills. And maybe it is some type of capital investment buy-in. There are plenty of Fortune 500 companies in the state that if some wins come with it would view this as an amenity, something else they could add to their brand, like Tommy has talked about before. So I think that if we're trying to find a way in which we can wish upon a star on this holiday season and find a nice little gift under the Christmas tree, it's going to have to come from some type of oil magnate or, somebody else that's got tons and tons of money, because the jury's still out, obviously, on the coach. I'm wishing the best for him. I think he's done some really inspiring and exciting things to get some people on his side in terms of getting the fan base together early on in his tenure, but he's got to coach some games and win some, and that's a big part of this. So if you're asking me what's more realistic, I 100% agree with you. It's got to be someone with a fat wallet.
Yeah, and no one likes being Ebenezer Scrooge.
Sorry.
When it comes to talking about this football team. But we also don't want to sell you a bill of goods about he's doing this, he's doing that, they're doing this, they're doing that. Because based on the evidence that I have in front of us about the supposed great coaching staff and whatever, which it, again, I'm making assumptions based on just brand name alone. and they don't seem to really have compiled that thus far in these reported hires. That does not mean they don't have good football coaches. But one of the things that you told us and sold us last week is about you'll be shocked and amazed, and I'm paraphrasing, about the potential hires. Well, you struck out on that, frankly. Yeah. So now, if you're 0 for 1 on that, you flip some kids and you got some kids to commit in Rhodes and Jackson. That's great, and that's good. And I gave him his just due, his positive due. Now the next step is to show fans, okay, we were actually serious about Hunter saying the top end of money in the SEC is like, and it doesn't have to necessarily be Lenora Sellers, but you get some kids that are coveted and wanted other places, like that are shopped a lot of other places. You're like, oh wow, he chose Arkansas over the reported this amount or this amount. Mm-hmm. That leads people to believe, oh, they weren't just saying typical stuff at a press conference. There's actually some evidence and truth to that. Let's talk to Ryan in Hot Springs this morning. Ryan, go ahead. All right, let's try William in Lafayette. William, go ahead.
Good morning. So I agree with you, right? I think there's two approaches. We're either going to have some big billionaire war daddy come in and say, I'm just going to blindly fund this, go get it, or we're going to have some success that's going to be a catalyst for the funds to open. But either way, you have to get the funds to compete in college football today. Whatever way you go about it, you're going to have to do it. All right. So talking about these assistant coaches, I'm in Lafayette, right? So the last coach I think that was reported hired is the safety coach from Georgia State. Now, he was on the staff down here at ULL, and he was an analyst.
C.J. Wilford.
He was an analyst. Wilford. So he's worked with Coach Roberts. He worked with the D.C. that went with Billy over to Florida. I think it's calling the defensive backs for the Arizona Cardinals now. So he's in that system, right? So I would kind of temper it if you can, right, and just think about it along the lines of you got your D.C., this is the guy that's like his guy. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be the ground, go get your coffee guy, et cetera, right? I don't think we've completed our staff yet, and I think we will have more coaches on the staff than we have historically had. I think they're going to follow that Florida method, that Memphis method, where you'll have coordinators, you'll have specific position coaches, and then you'll have those assistants to those specific position coaches. So just give it a little more time before we put that opinion into it, right? But, the offensive staff, that might not be something that's like an elevated, blown away vision on that. But, I mean, they have a good offense at Memphis, and I think there's some continuity there. But just, if it's coming together the way I think it's going to come together, I think that some of these coaches are not going to be like the prime coaches. I think they're going to be assistants to the prime coaches. So I have everybody be cautious.
William, appreciate the call when it comes to this. Let's see. Text here from Andy in Springdale. How about we start keeping the best 15 players from year to year? That's how we get to where we are, at least partly, losing guys turnover. That's a lot of different places. He also feels like we're the farm team of the SEC. Again, the coaching staff by no means is 100% set. These are still reported hires. Zenitz does a pretty good job, not just in Fayetteville, but college football. When he puts pen to paper, a lot of times these things come true, and we'll probably get an official announcement, I would guess, before Christmas on what that staff actually looks like.
I will say this. I sat 10 feet from Hunter Yurachek whenever he made the comments about how there's this new everything, more money infused, and I felt like in that moment he wasn't being 100% truthful, and something has to prove me wrong. It ain't the coaches so far.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, hopefully the players will change people's. If you don't feel that way, now William feels like that they're going to have a good staff, and again,
they could.
Just because they don't have big names doesn't mean they can't be good or aren't good football coaches. I'm just telling you from the initial presser.
But
it's not necessarily
get them horses in here.
Not necessarily impressing anyone. All right, we're back tomorrow for a Think Tank Thursday. Excited about that. Tommy's going to be live from Daylight Donuts in Harrison. Talk to you then.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need auto